Hi there, welcome back to part 3 on the subject of practicing love, using your heart, use your heart. I am mindful of the time, so what I've decided is to already pick out the text that I'm going to be using for part 3, and it's going to be this energy and spirit oracle card as well as the intuition card, and depending on how things go, I may clarify it with a tarot card, but I might not. I'll just see what vibe kind of comes through, what I'm feeling at. And I'm just going to try and get one card from each deck, so connecting with my spirit guides, guardian angels, guardian Asna, planet Gaia, everybody else who's listening, our beautiful ancestors, angels, and everybody else, archangels, whoever wants to come in, please send us a card each from each of these oracle cards on the subject of practicing love using your heart. Alright, our team, let's see what comes through, right? I'm excited as you are. Here we go, one has come through. And the card is number 3, sensitivity and strength. And instantly I'm thinking 3, right? The holy trinity of love. There's a bit of confirmation there. But so that card is all about sensitivity and strength, and the writing on the bottom is all about tapping the forces within. Okay, tapping the forces within, right? So we talked a lot already about, your heart. It's an internal organ, and how I mentioned how, the heart is the bridge between the physical world and the spirit world. So I think there's definitely something in there for us. Alrighty, and one more card from this intuition card. I think this one wants to pop out the way it came through. Oh, and the card of forest has come through, which is lovely because it looks like on the hands right in the center of the body. You've got these 2 hands and a little stream of water is pipping through, and animal that looks like a deer is drinking water, and it's just the flow of life. Alright, so let's get the message from the guidebook on sensitivity and strength to see what's the message for us. Thank you. So, a situation calls for some sensitivity now. It may be an issue with a friend or someone at work or in your family, even if it's in your nature to be strong, in control, and sometimes even aggressive. Remember that it's possible to be both tender and strong at the same time. This card upright is telling you to pause and resist any old urge to plow through things. Consider the peace and compassion you could introduce into a tense or tenuous situation. When you look at the situation with flexibility and calm clarity, you bring gentle, receptive yin energy to the issue. Then your sensitivity and strength will come together in vibrations as powerful and as soothing as the sun's rays. And the affirmation is, I express my sensitivity and strength in equal measure. I always have the courage to take the most honoring approach. And I love that. I just think it's very, very on point with what we were saying before. An example here of a potential circumstance or difficult, challenging situation, right? And sometimes your initial reaction may be to show, a little bit of aggression, whether that's through your words or body language, right? Or the tone of what you're about to say. But here it's all about saying sometimes it's best to pause and resist to old urge, right? To do whatever it is that you would naturally be in the habit of doing. And it's tapping those forces within, pausing for a moment, going within, becoming aware, right? So becoming aware through your heart. What was I about to do or say right now? And is that the right choice? What would I do if I could practice love in this particular circumstance that's presented in front of me? What would I say? What would I think? What would I do? And all of a sudden, just that little bit of awareness in a particular situation or circumstance that you're presented with can be the difference between continuing on this journey of doing what you've always done versus doing something different, doing something from your heart. And as I mentioned before in part 2, if you're doing something from your heart, from the power of love, I think you can't go wrong. So it's a wonderful message, and I think it's on point with what we were discussing. And let's have a look at what this intuition card of forest decided to come through. Excuse me, please. Here we go. Just bear with me. Forest 4 and 2, so page 42. I'm just thinking a little bit about 4 too. So 4 and 2 together make 6, which is the number of harmony, balance, some kind of like childhood memories, home, you know, nostalgia, that kind of energy. So that's great. But individually, 4 and 2, 4 about stability, 2, you know, partnerships, you know, duality, that connection with others or internal self. So thinking about our topic as well. So 2, I think, is, you know, a really good duality that we spoke about, hardware and software, you know, internal, external, that there's duality to those things. And obviously when presented with a particular circumstance in your life or an option, you have the freedom of choice to actually just act, react, live in the external world, you know, without appreciating what's going on internally, or the choice to actually go to your heart, tap on the forces within, listen to your heart, and as a result, actually create a bit of harmony or balance, perhaps, because if you're acting from what your internal world is suggesting you do, your heart suggesting you do, then you're kind of, I think, on a scale, on a balance, you will then exercise your freedom of choice, knowing that you have actually done all the due diligence that you need, quite frankly, to be able to externally, through your thoughts, words, and your actions, to do what your internal world actually wants you to do, what your heart wants to do, what your spirit wants to do. Thereby creating the number 4, stability or foundation, that is most likely to be for your highest good, quite frankly, for your most stable self, for your most comfortable state. So let's read what the message actually says. Forest is about simplicity, brings balance. Here we go, the word balance, right? And I literally just said it before. You are being called home, to connect back to the forests and animals where you truly belong, where everything is connected and where the life force comes from. You have a deep sense of belonging when connected to nature. The forests call to you. Could your life be simpler? Could you strip back all the complexities that so often create drama and difficulties? Balance is needed. Just as the forest, for everything to be in harmony, there needs to be a natural order, a natural balance. Seek the trees if you need to reconnect with what is really important to you. Soak up the energy that is held there. The signs are balance, simplicity, connection, and realignment. I really like that message as well. I have certainly found that in my life as well, whenever I'm out and about in nature, connecting with Gaia, our planet Earth, you know, hugging a tree or sitting next to a tree, I'm connecting, you know, my bare feet to the grass. I am able to shift my energy quite significantly. You know, I could go from like a very stressful vibe to breathing better, more positive thoughts coming through, you know, visualization, feeling a little bit more connected and feeling a little bit more harmony. So maybe that's a message that some of you needed to hear, is that if you're struggling to act from your place of your heart, then it might be the environment you're in. So go for a walk, get some fresh air, go to your local park, spend some time next to, you know, a river, a lake, or body of water, or go for a swim. Maybe there's an answer there. You know, sometimes shifting our environment can help us better connect with our own heart, with our own spirit. The other thing is about simplicity and balance, right? And the natural balance and natural order of things. And I do believe that actually using our heart is just as important as using any other organ of our physical body, thereby creating the natural order of things, giving everything the value that it deserves and requires, and as a result creating a balance. So like I was mentioning before, the internal side and the external, well, if you are aware of what's going on externally and you actually become aware of what's going on internally, then whatever choice you decide to exercise through your thoughts, your words, and your actions, then you're more likely to be the outcome of that is more likely to bring you natural balance and harmony in the longer run. Alright, team, I'm gonna finish right there because I think otherwise this video series is gonna get too long. I think we've got some very, very nice messages here from the spirit world, very much in tune with what we were discussing about practicing love and, you know, using your heart, the organ of your heart. I hopefully wish you all the very best for the rest of the week and for the rest of your month. I did make a commitment You might be aware, you might not be aware, that I made a commitment to donate 22% of my income as the Loving Soul, aka Victoriya, to charities and other noble causes. So your support would be greatly appreciated, and together we can multiply the love. So please, consider liking this video, sharing it with others if it resonated with you. Thumbs up, or the V emoji or letter V in the comments down below for value if this content resonated with you. That would be greatly appreciated. Now, on that note, have a loving time ahead. The more you practice love, the more hopefully love will go your way. I'm a big believer in that. Use your heart to the best of your advantage in order to create, natural order and harmony. All the very best. I will see you in my other videos. Bye for now.